G'day everyone. Welcome back to Second Opinion Podcast, the podcast in which all opinions are relevant. My name is Kenny Epps, and today I am joined by no one, literally no one. Just, it's maybe next week. Maybe next week I can get someone on board. But for now, I don't exactly have anyone here with me, with lockdown over and shit. Sorry, swear word there. So how's everyone's day going? I understand that you can't exactly speak to me directly, so write it down in the comments, I guess. Because unless if you're one of my mates, because I highly doubt that anyone else is watching this, but if you're one of my mates, get in contact with me over Instagram or something, because that's probably the way that you found me over through my Instagram page. I'm probably gonna no extra effort. No, let's not do that. I understand that this is a late upload because yesterday didn't feel like the right time. Because yesterday, lockdown's over, right? Let me tell you a story. Lockdown's over, and the day that we went into lockdown, my girlfriend was meant to go over and see her friend because it was on her friend's birthday. Since lockdown was over, she was able to go across there. She stayed over there for like 3 nights, and what I heard that she was coming back on the Sunday. Oh well, it's Tuesday today, but okay. Let me elaborate on this. I thought she was coming back on the Sunday, so I went out and I waited around in the park on the Sunday, waiting for her, but she never exactly came back. So I just kind of went home, and she came back on the Monday. I wanted to meet up. I wanted to see if we could meet up on the Monday, and she had to work, and she has to work every day of the week except for Sunday. So Sunday is going to be a good day, I can tell. I mean, most days are good days. It's just I overthink a lot. But let's stay on the positive side here. Me saying isn't exactly a good sign of me being organized. I'm just sitting in a dark room. Hold up, let me turn on the light. Yeah, there we go. Sitting in a light room now with a coffee in my right hand and my phone on a table in front of me, just recording through voice memos. But let's get into today's topic. As some of you might know, I work at McDonald's, and I have been for like 2 years, and if anyone from McDonald's is, kind of watching this, I'm not going to, ruin the reputation of the store, but I'm going to share my story. What can I start with? Let me tell you about my Maccas journey. That's pretty interesting, and it's definitely complex. So I started working at McDonald's I remember applying for McDonald's 2019. It was the 28th of October, so just a few days before Halloween. And I got in there, and then I went into the store asking when orientation would be, and that very day it turned out that the orientation was on that afternoon. So I attended a orientation that afternoon, and just got as the name already, I've forgotten what's the word, as the name exclaims, I got an orientation of the workplace and learned the layout of the store. Literally nothing else. There's nothing else to learn. But a few weeks go by. I'm not sure when my first shift was, but I got my first shift and I was thrown onto fries. And this is the start of what Act 1, because fries was always the kind of thing that I would absolutely hate. I would hate the fry shifts coming into work just because it requires you to move your arms so much, and at that point my arms weren't as big, and I definitely wasn't as fit. It requires definitely organization and timing. the two biggest factors, because you need to get the scoop. You need to be able to open up the fry box. You need to be able to fill up Archie. Archie is the fry machine. You put the baskets underneath, in the little compartment. It gets censored by the sensors, and the hopper drops the still frozen fries into the basket. Yes. So yeah, fries definitely wasn't my best part, but since I was on it for so much, I would go. Put it this way, I would go onto my my roster, and I would just dread seeing fries on there, because that was when I still liked work. I loved it. I would come in there, or do anything I could just to, it's definitely different because Maccas is my first job and I'm still in it. I don't see myself being in it for forever, but it's definitely a place to start. I'm getting money from it. I just need to stop wasting it. Yeah, so I was thrown onto fries on my first shift, and that was just more of a trainee shift. I was on training for a few weeks. But I moved from fries out onto dining, so that's wiping up all the tables, and now that COVID's a thing, it's signing people in and changing. Changing bins always been a factor of the job, but signing people in is a pretty major thing. Except we trust that people can sign themselves in, but still there's those people who may need a little bit of assistance, and yeah, especially menu log drivers, man. Not all of them, but there is a fair share that is just, what's the word here? Just inconsiderate, impatient. Yeah. But I do understand that there's people working at McDonald's who don't mind the menu log drivers, because most of them are really chilled out. But the ones that I have are just, especially if they've been waiting a while. Like, say if we forgot to put the every now and then the menu log machine, it says put through manually. I have no idea how to do that, so I just print out the receipt and I just ask for things on the items on the receipt, because there's a menu log machine prints out the receipts, and that basically directs back area what to make. If there's anyone from Maccas listening to this, you probably know the functionality of this way better than I do. If you want to explain that down in the comments or something, I don't know. I'm not even sure if I have the authority to be speaking about this. I don't want to tear down any reputation of the store. This is purely my opinion. I can get in shit for it. Sorry, swear word there. That's to this recording. I need to start doing something. I need to hand something out for every swear that I say. Yeah, I was thrown out onto dining my first shift after fries, and that was out there with one of my first friend from Maccas. His name was Caleb. I forgot his last name. Caleb Romeo, I believe. Yes, I don't know. But he was one of my good mates. He left earlier this year. Was it this year? Might have been last year. I don't know. But he was definitely one of my best mates there. He was always someone to go to if you had any questions, and that's definitely expected from anyone new. He had the tolerance. Put it this way, I hadn't seen him angry because he had that tolerance level that I really took into perspective, and it's just that that communication with others that I always struggled with, but listening to him be able to communicate with everyone, it really it gave me that push to be able to, still go out and speak to people. Sorry for my voice. I only woke up a few minutes ago. Maybe half an hour ago, sorry. But back to the story. Still, Caleb was definitely one of my inspirations at Maccas. One of my mates who was a good friend to everyone there, and I really hope to see him in future sometime. He basically just gave me a rundown of the store, what's expected of me, especially out on dining. Because this was before COVID was, big. It was October. I mean, you might. Let me just, let me gather myself here. COVID was a thing, but it wasn't as big as it is right now, because COVID is the freaking new Black Plague. But, what was going on with COVID at that time, it was hardly anything. It was a thing, but it wasn't as big as I keep saying. Let me just get on to my next point. There was no signing people in. It was just a matter of taking out table deliveries, because that was that freaking ding, and everyone hated hearing that, because you'd be in the middle of changing a bin, then you'd need to go and, wash your hands, get the food, run out. So yeah, that was my first shift, and if I was to move on to my previous experiences in the future from that point, so you get what I'm saying, right? Like, not where I am now, but when I only just started, but more centered, that's when I really got into my, as I said, I hated fries. I that's when I really, started cutting into my hatred for fries. Because I was thrown on there, and I would just, I would have to do it. And it was at that point I found out my pattern. I know my pattern. I know exactly what to do when it comes to fries. And that's just in relation to, sweeping up the floors, filling up Archie. Archie's a fry machine. You already clarified that. I just want to clarify that again. But yeah, there's stuck in the fry machine, stuck in the boxes, stuck in the fry freezer. Sorry, I'm yawning. And then there's always a pattern to put down the baskets to be able to fill up the I don't even know what you would call it, the fry pit. Is that it? Where you would actually dump all the fries? Yeah, I'm just gonna call it the fry pit. Fill that up really easily. But with everything going on, what am I going on about? With everything going on. With all of my fry shifts, where I am now, I'm really good on fries. Basically. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I reckon I'm the best on fries, but I do need to work on my fry packaging and tolerance levels. Tolerance levels is not good. Hell no, it's not good. Yeah. I'll get to my point about menu log drivers. I have nothing. I respect their tolerance of being able to come in, and they're probably thinking the exact same about any workers who don't get their food out on time. But if what am I trying to say? I'm making a point here, but my mind just completely blanked. I need a sip of coffee. I'm getting this. Menu log drivers, they're expected to come in and be able to sign in, but it's required that they show us to sign in. And I had this one guy kind of come in, and I completely forgot about checking if he signed in, so I kind of gave him his food, and then I said, "Oh yeah, sorry, sir, have you signed in yet?" He goes, "I did not do the sign in." I'm like, sorry for the voice, but that's exactly how it sounded. He goes, "I did not do the sign in. Goodbye." And he walks out. So that pissed me off. It really did. Sorry, another freaking curse. That's 3. I'm gonna keep a count. I don't know, I'm gonna do something in the future in regards to how many times I swear in an episode. Maccas experience. Maccas is a good place to work, and I do respect everyone that works there, because building, relationships in the workplace is definitely one of the key things that you expect to be able to do, especially, working in the food industry. It's all working together. You need to get some aspect, like your specific aspect done and out of the way before they can do theirs or something. But then again, there's back area, then there's fries. They're working on different sections. Like in the past, I always thought that fries was the most difficult, but like looking at it now, I'm looking at back area, and they have all the like burgers to make. They have all the wraps and burgers, all the nuggets. Well, fried makes the nuggets and stuff. There's fried, and then there's fries. Fries makes the fries. Fried makes all the, nuggets, the chicken, the fish, apple pies, custard pies. When we had that, custard pies were so good. I love the custard pies. That was in celebration for our 50 years, I believe. The birthday McFlurry stuck around for a while. It was birthday. They've stuck around for like a month. Birth month. The freaking birth month McFlurry. It doesn't sound very appealing, but sorry, had to burp. I was drinking coffee. Maccas, it's a good job. It's a sorry. Stretching, yawning. Okay, Maccas is a good place to start. It definitely gives you that first experience, especially if it's your first job. It gives you that experience of what to expect from other stores, especially in the actual food industries. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been many times where I wanted to quit because I just had shifts that was that bad, and it's getting to that point again. Yesterday was Monday, and that was bad enough. And the thing is, I was sitting in the crew room with a few of my good mates, and and I said, "Oh, well, it's Monday. It's not going to be that bad." And at that exact moment, I was taking a drink of my energy drink. It was a Monster, one of the Rosa. I forgot the flavor. It's the pink can, yeah. I was taking a sip of that, and then I go to lower it, and it like splashes in the can. Well, you get what I'm saying, right? You like lower it too fast, splashes up against the side of the can, and like splashes up. Well, it splashes up and lands directly in my left eye. So that was a little bit of a an event that I had to look out for, and a warning. I would say definitely a warning, because there was fries needed. I was making the fries, but it got to the point where I cut one of my fingers. Well, I mean, one of the boxes like dug into just underneath my nail, and I jammed my other finger. The thing is, I cut my left pointy finger, and I jammed my right pointy finger, so both of my pointy fingers are gone, and I was just working with the freaking rude ring pinky and the thumb. I guess ring? What do they call that? On the right side. That finger on the right side. I know on the left side it's a ring finger, but what's with the... If anyone knows, tell me, comment. What was I going on about? Fries, yes. It's definitely been a while since I've, sat down and spoken to someone about my work. But it's a good place to go. It's a good place to be able to communicate with others, build that reputation. It's good on a resume. So don't get me wrong. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because I need money. I need money. I need to stop wasting money, if anything. I bought a freaking watch yesterday. Well, not yesterday, a few days ago. And it's literally a rip-off Apple Watch. It cost $20 from a reject shop, so it's alright. It tells the time, so that's the main thing. Heart rate shows me messages. Let me go on a little rant about this. On this watch, right? This watch, it shows me notifications from There's Facebook, Facebook messages, so like Messenger, gives me notifications from... Oh, look at that. Is that distractible? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I'm not sure. Have I gone on about distractible in the past? Let me just finish my point here. Sorry. I'm not even sure if this is still recording because I just locked my phone accidentally. Sorry. There we go. This watch it gives me notifications from like Facebook messages, normal messages. There's settings for like WhatsApp and stuff, but I don't have WhatsApp or anything, so it's not really anything that I need to worry about. But it doesn't give me notifications from Snapchat. And the thing is, I'm always on Snapchat. I use Snapchat to speak to more people than I'm usually speaking to in person. Especially Kaylee. I've been speaking to Kaylee a lot. Definitely. I mean, that's expected, isn't it? What else is there to go on? Oh yes, let me go on about this. I remember in my intro to episode 1, I went in depth with why I'm going into this podcast, because this podcast was definitely rushed, and I just need to get my organization levels up, because one, I'm in year 12 now, and that's probably going to be the next topic, so look forward to that. And yeah, I'm in year 12. My organizations are slowly dropping because I've been in Zoom calls as school for the past few weeks, and it's the holidays at the moment. Second week of holidays, it's Tuesday. Holy crap, it's Tuesday. Jesus. Okay, well, school goes... I'm not sure when school goes back. It's either next week or the 25th of October that we've all been going off, and that's... I just had a stroke. What we've all been going off of, and that's what we were told in lockdown, but we're out of lockdown now, so I'm not sure what to say or expect. Best thing to do is just kind of roll with it. I'm just gonna wait for them to post on their Instagram or something. Snapchat. No, not Snapchat? Facebook. Yeah. Instagram or Facebook. Yeah. The first episode I went in depth with why I'm going into this podcast, and it's mainly because I got a little bit of inspiration from a podcast called Distractible by Mark Fishbach, Bob Wade's, and oh my god, that was horrible. Oh no. Yeah, Mark Fishbach, Wade Barnes, and Bob Meiskens. You might know them as, well, there's Markiplier, definitely. You probably know Markiplier, and Wade, and Bob. But they started up a podcast. It's called Distractible, and it's probably the same premise, because people go over there and like distract themselves, whatever. And that gave me the idea of like, oh yeah, I like speaking to people, so why don't I start up a podcast and sharing my opinion on things? And yeah, here I'm not even sure if I'm sharing my opinion on things or just telling you you idiot, Ken, that's exactly what freaking sharing is. Yeah, that's my life in a nutshell. What can I go on about? There's something that I can go on about, surely. Oh, I'm tired. That's definitely one point. I've been going stretching through the weeks. Why? None of my podcasts seem very, long. I want to at least hit 30 minutes on most of them. Because my first intro was, my introductory video was pretty long. It was fairly long. Like 45 minutes maybe. But my last episode was like 25 seconds, 25 minutes, 35 seconds. So with that, I'm probably gonna just end it here so I can actually start preparing and organizing something to do. Because I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I record these on the day that they're meant to go out, so I'm not exactly the most organized. So I'm gonna see if I can record a few and just put them out like pre-made, and be able to give out, updates every now and then in relation to where I'm at with things. But thank you guys very much for listening, and I really hope that you enjoy your week and the week coming up next week and the week after that, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, thank you guys very much for listening. Tune in for subscribe. Yes, subscribe. And just tune in next week when I share my opinion on year 12. I need to remember that. I'll write it down somewhere. But yes, see you guys. See ya.